All right, we are off and running here on a Thursday. It's a little sad that we don't have football on Thursdays, Mike, because normally we had this nice routine going. We'd have Brad come on. He'd give out some winners for that night. That's all right.
Well, he's going to give out college basketball winners. Stop complaining, Tim, and just enjoy the guest. Bring him on. I wait every week for this.
Our guy, Brad Evans, at Noisy Huevos on Twitter. Live on the Line is his television program. The Fade 5 is his podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, we will get some college hoops in our life. I've got one play. Didn't love the board tonight, but I'll get you one play a little bit later on in the hour here. But let's start with the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans, Brad, and we've been talking about this. Feels a lot of love out there in the world for the Houston Texans coming off of their performance. But let's look at the likely MVP, Lamar Jackson, and a straight prop. We got some SGPs we'll get to, but a straight prop for Lamar. What do you expect from Mr. MVP on Saturday?
Yeah, I think action's going to have a lot of Jackson action, I should say, on the ground with the legs, guys. I'm taking the over on 51.5 rush hours, what I grabbed it at. I've seen the number as high as like 53.5, 54.5. I played that sucker up to like 58.5. I think he is going to be a busy man, is Lamar Jackson on the ground. Houston, one of the most aggressive pass rush defenses in the NFL. In the NFL regular season, they were numero cinco, number 5 in pocket pressure percentage at 25.7%. So that could really push and accelerate Lamar Jackson calls own number with some opportunistic scrambles. And he has got such a storied history as a runner in the NFL postseason. In 4 playoff games, he's averaging 91.8 rush yards per game. Expected to be blustery conditions. They are the Charm City. Sustained winds 18 to 20 miles an hour, gusts over 30. It's going to be quite chilly. Game time temp around 28 degrees. That leans in to a ground and pound approach, I believe, for both teams. And I say the advantage sides with the most athletic quarterback in the National Football League.
It's interesting, Brad, because many times in your same game parlays, you include an alternate line or a money line on the favorite. You don't choose either side or actually the totals here. Speak to me about that.
Well, I do. There is one there on the SGP. Gus Edwards anytime touchdown at Baltimore on that money line. Putting those hands together, so correlate, synergize, and bring it all together, fellas. You can cash that at plus 149 right now. Shop around, obviously, for some of the best lines there in the business.
My bad. It was on the front page. Okay.
Yeah, there's one there. There's another SGP I have on the standard line, but I'm taking it way down on the spread with Baltimore minus 2.5. Houston under 27.5 total points, and C.J. Stroud under 274.5 pass yards. I built that at BetMGM. I got it at plus 110. Here is one of the stark takeaways, guys, of looking at some of the numbers and the strict dichotomy that exists with C.J. Stroud. He's got a bit of a split personality. Awesome in the creature comforts of a dome, awesome at home, but on the road in the open air, he is a completely different producer and not producing at a very high level, evidenced by the much lower completion rate. The YPA at 6.9, the passer rating around 85 compared to 100 plus in the home venue. So I think C.J. Stroud is going to get a large serving of humble pie in this one, especially facing a pass defense since week 10, number 5 in pass EPAD. So one of my favorite SGPs. Again, that 3-legger at BetMGM.
All right, let's get to the early game. We're going to bounce around Brad Evans, as we always say, the most transparent bettor out there. You can go get all his bets on his spreadsheet, readily available out there at his Twitter handle, at Noisy Huevos. A guy that you love, near and dear to your heart, might even be a partial family member of the Evans family. That would be David Montgomery, as you would like to deem him, mandatory Montgomery. Pretty simple money, same-game parlay here. David Montgomery into the end zone, Lions money line.
And what's that I hear in the distance?
Oh.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, Sledgehammer Special. Let's go ahead and break it out for this one because it is indeed hashtag mandatory Montgomery, a guy that is a bloodhound for the goal line, a nose for the end zone. I think he's going to splash six because that's the nature of Detroit. When they are inside the red zone, it's ball the belly. Montgomery, occasionally as well, the rookie and Jahmyr Gibbs. You look at mandatory Montgomery in the NFL regular season, he was numero cinco, guys. And total red zone touches, 13 coming at the goal line. He has scored a TD in 8 of his last 10 games, including last week. He had that touchdown, 15 rush attempts, and 68 combined yards. You look at Tampa. They were incredibly difficult to score on the ground. They only give up 7 total touchdowns running back position in the regular season. And since week 10, including last week in the wild card round, number 10 in rush EPAD. But again, Detroit, top 12 in the NFL and run percentage. Again, they're going to get anywhere close to the end zone. I think this game is going to have a lot of pew, 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 shootout appeal. You make damn sure mandatory Montgomery is going to get the ball, and I think he's going to splash in for 6. And I feel the Lions are going to win in a squeaker. I don't think they're going to cover the 6.5, but I feel they're going to win on a field goal boot, survive, and advance in this NFL postseason.
Okay, let's go to Green Bay at San Francisco, Brad. You know, Jordan Love, by most metrics, second best passer since week 9 on. They're running the ball well. Everything's clicking for this offense. They went into Dallas as a 7-point dog, controlled the game. You're very one-sided in these same-game parlays in this one. I'm just going to go through both of them. High on Niners, low on Packers. Niners money line, Purdy, 2 or more passing touchdowns. Jordan Love, under 2.5 passing touchdowns. That's plus 110. And then Jordan Love under 299.5 passing yards. Aaron Jones under 99.5 rushing yards. And Christian McCaffrey over 74.5 rushing yards. That's plus 130. Why so high on the Niners and low on the Packers?
Yeah, look, I'm following the eye test. I'm also following the EPA data that's out there. I mean, San Francisco has been consistent. They're really the definition of consistency kings in the EPA markets, whether you're looking in at EPA per play offense or top 10 in that category over the entirety of the season, or EPA per play defense, also top 10. Look, Jordan Love is slicing and dicing and really carving up like a Ginsu knife the competition. But similar to what I said about C.J. Stroud, I think he's going to be humbled against a well-rested and stellar defense. I know they have some vulnerabilities there defending the pass, but I think San Francisco is going to have the upper hand in this game. And again, cut Green Bay down to size. So, yeah, I'm loving both those parlays. Heavily invested, one-sided in the goal painters. Because, again, guys, I have a ticket on Baltimore and San Francisco at plus 800 to represent in the Super Bowl there in Las Vegas. Placed that sucker a couple of months ago.
All right, let's get to the creme de la creme, the shortest spread of the entire week. Kansas City and Buffalo, again, meeting in the postseason. I don't know if you've heard this, Brad. This is breaking news. Patrick Mahomes hasn't played a road playoff game before. I don't know. That's
shocking.
Tuck that one into your pocket. Use that one a little bit later. Josh Allen. We saw him utilizing his legs quite a bit on Monday afternoon. Let's get to a pretty simplistic same-game parlay. Josh Allen end zone, Buffalo money line.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen, all he does is score touchdowns with the legs. He has done it, I believe, 12 of his last 15 games, including last week in Kansas City. Similar to Houston, one of the most aggressive pass rush defenses in the NFL. They were number 2 in the regular season in pass rush rate. So they put a lot of pressure there on the pocket. That's going to lead to some opportunistic scrambles. Maybe he's going to have like another 50-plus yard, sprint to the end zone again. It's an easy cash. But I feel that Buffalo, the home field advantage, is going to play a major factor in this one. They're playing outstanding football across the board right now. And Kansas City, guys, they have had the frequent bog downs inside the red zone. So I think ultimately Buffalo wins, moves on, and Josh Allen does find the end zone again with the legs.
Give me 10 seconds why Irvine beats San Diego.
Oh, man, fast-paced offense, outstanding defense, top 20 in the country. They're going to hold home court. Love the anteaters. Suck up those ants, fools.
Best of luck to your Illini tonight. Stinky poo line. Just saying. A little fishy there, Brad.
Yeah, I'm going to be puckering up in all the wrong places, boys.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.